Hello, Beep Baseball world. Welcome back to the Beep Ball Blues Show, episode number 2 of the 22 season, number 72 overall. What you think about that, Bam Bam?
I thought you were gonna say like number 200 or stuff like that. I kind of lost the feeling when you were like number 2. I'm like, just 2.
I got in the
Just
middle,
2.
number 2 of the new year. In the middle of it, I got distracted because I was thinking earlier. You're not a podcast person, but something that people started doing in podcasts not too long ago is calling their making seasons. Like, you know what I mean? They'll do people that don't even really do a lot of podcasting. They'll do like 8 episodes in a year and call it season 1. And then they come back, start doing more. Season 2 of the blah, blah, blah podcast. And they only do like 5, 6 more episodes. And so I got in the middle of it. I was thinking, this is season 3 of the Meatball Blue Show. That makes it sound bigger. Before we bring our guests in, Seth, I want to touch on last week a little bit, real quick, when we had Steve Stambaugh on, and we talked, you brought up like the embarrassing story when Wichita had run ruled us twice in the same game. And that's not even the most embarrassing story. I forgot to bring up when he scored on us running backwards because he had pulled a hamstring and he couldn't run forwards. He scored on us running backwards. And something about that he reminded me of that I'd forgotten about is right before that, he had hit one ball that was a long foul, and they didn't call it foul until he had ran backwards about 80 feet down the baseline. So he had to do it twice, but he still scored on us. As much bragging as we do about being the best defense ever, we got scored on with the man running backwards, said Doc.
Now, the game could have been over at that point. I don't know what the score was. We could have been, getting focused in on the championship game.
We were actually. That was, I believe, our last. That was in '98, the first year we ever made it to the championship, and that was the third place game. So we eliminated Kansas in that game, running backwards or not. They ran backwards all the way back to the hotel because their year was over. And on that note, we can just move on forward. Seth Dog, man, this is a very exciting night. We have joining us from the Chicago Comets, White Lightning and the Black Turtle.
The Black
I don't like that name. I don't like that name. Yeah, you want to readjust that one there, Neil.
I'm sorry, I couldn't stop myself. We have Kalari Jackson.
They say, once it's out there in the on the internet, it never goes away.
Right, exactly. Way to go.
When you're going to be, somebody's going to be on that first base line when you get put out, Kalari, and they're like, no problem, Black Turtle. Come on, Black Turtle. Okay.
Neil, you could have came harder than
Black Turtle.
Welcome back to the show, my friend Kalari, after being here many times. Yep. Welcome back again. And welcome to the show for the first time, Dustin Ringen, a.k.a. White Lightning.
Youngren. It's Youngren. But
Youngren. What'd you call it?
Youngren?
Yeah, I don't know. It hit me
it's nice to be here, guys.
It hit me as I started to announce your name that I didn't double check that I really knew your last name for sure. I apologize.
Oh, don't worry.
I mean, you're White Lightning. Nobody needs to know.
So you went with.
It doesn't matter what your name is, as long I'm back home before dinner. Once those streetlights go on, and if I don't make it home, comes the paddle. Woo! Isn't that how we used to do it back in the day? That's why they say don't call me late for dinner.
Well, we since the 2021 World Series, we have been highlighting all the different people who did special things or got pointed out for different reasons, whatever. Making the Hall of Fame, making all tourney teams. And I wanted to reach out to the two of you because my friend Kalari Jackson in the Women of Our League game led the Dynamic Divas to their first ever victory in the Wool
Oh my
game.
God, she was just wonderful. It was like Benny. He's like, oh, there comes the first out from Clark. Second, third, holy moly, she's just fire. I'm like, go, Clark, go. Oh, I'm cheering on the other end. I'm like, come on.
But also our other guest, Dustin Youngren, was
Rookie
named
of the Year.
the Male Offensive Rookie of the Year. So we wanted to bring you on as well, Mr. White Lightning, so we could talk about that. And since he's here for the first time, Kalari, I hope you will allow us to indulge and get to know him a little bit here before we jump into all your greatness.
Go ahead. This is listen, I call all the young kids on the team my sons, because I'm older now. So this White Lightning, he's my crazy son. So I get high.
I'm sorry, Kalari. I can't get that name Black Turtle out of my mind.
If Beep Nation, they're gonna be talking about this. Everybody gonna mention Black Turtle.
Okay, everybody, put in the comments bar hashtag Black Turtle.
I'm sorry, but it's true. All right, so go ahead.
Dustin is our he's our breakout. I'm gonna introduce him so he can take the floor, but he's our little breakout star. He actually started with us a few years ago, but we never got him to a tournament. And even back then, he was super fast. He was like 5.1 to the base.
Like White Lightning.
Second. Yeah, and he started.
I'm sorry, I have to jump in though.
No, go ahead.
Because I'm white. Only white people will call only white people will call 5.1 fast to the base.
Well, when we spotted him,
only make it to first base,
I think I was pretty close to 5.1.
Hey, to the Black
Neil,
Turtle.
Look, if you was close to 5.1, wait a minute, Neil. If you was close to 5.1, I was like right there compete with Lexi on the Olympic gold medal run for his sprints. Okay.
All right, you got
me. The craziest thing is. During I think one of the World Series, it might have been one of the tournaments. I can't remember. I think it was the World Series. It was my fastest run ever. I was still shocked when JT told me this. It was like 4.11 or something like that. As soon as I hit that ball, I was like, holy shit! That's like ultra dust White Lightning there.
Right.
Wait a second. Are you right?
Is it 4.11, 5.1? That's a top.
I remember.
I like the 4 better.
You know what?
I didn't see him happen. I didn't see him run a 4 in practice. So, but no, we spotted him years ago and a couple of years ago, and he was really, really good. And also, I'm gonna note. First of all, he got some legend beat ball running through his blood because he's the cousin of David Smoker and Joe Smoker. Okay.
Oh, and don't forget John Smoker.
Yeah, John.
And John Smoker, exactly. So he got that Smoker blood running through him. So when we saw him years ago, I said, man, he's gonna be a star. But then, life happened and he went away from us, but we got him back and he just exploded. And I'm so happy with his progress. And I got a special relationship with all my sons on the team, and he's like, he's one of my babies, and I'm so proud to see all the accomplishments he's made and like how fast he is. And I told him he's just going to keep getting better. You know, we just need him to hit the base. No miss bases, hit the base. Right?
Is that sweet?
Because you know how when you so fast, the base run up on you so quick. You know, like
It is. It's like,
all right. So
All right,
that's my introduction.
okay,
so go ahead,
so-
Dustin.
so-
All right,
so-
Neil.
so
that's my
Dustin,
baby.
Dustin, tell
What,
us about
lightning?
yourself. Well, yeah, you can do you can do one or two things. You can either tell us about yourself and all that stuff, or you can explain your nickname.
okay, I'll do both, you know, because I'm an open book. I don't have no issues at all. It's always best to get to know each and every player because everybody has a unique background, and I'm no different from any other person in this nation. And so, for me, I was born July 3rd, 1996. For some odd reason, I'm interested in astrology, so that makes me a Cancer. Guys, for those, I have hazel eyes. For those who cannot see, with brown hair. But I
almost feel like you are me reincarnated. I'm a Cancer. I had brown hair and I had hazel eyes.
see, look at that. But I got a unique background because so I found out that I'm 48% Mother Russian, 28% Scottish. I am Irish, Polish, German, Lithuanian.
Oh, you know those.
I'm all over the place. I'm all European.
You know those DNA sites just be making shit up.
I need to double check. I have 2 brothers, 1 sister. On my mom's side, I got 2 sisters on my father's side.
Hold on.
I'm the middle child.
Hold on. I love finding out about our guests, man. But how about a little bit more focus, man? You tell us, how'd you find beep ball, man?
Right.
I'm not
Jump
telling
there,
yeah, focus on,
How did I find beep baseball? Okay,
yeah,
so
we're not able to do a docu-series. We just have to do
because your time's about up. We're about to go back to Kalari.
Okay,
so
hold on. You were giving his whole background. So go ahead, Dust. Tell me how you found
no, really quickly, I do have 2 baby boys, and this will relate into beep baseball.
Yeah, he's a father.
Okay.
I'm a father of 3, and one is 3, other one's 2, Caleb and Marcello. So this will tie in. The reason why, here we go. So I found beep baseball. I was let's start from the very beginning when I was just 8 years old. So my father's been trying to find me a baseball team, and so my vision was going because I have this eye condition called retinitis pigmentosa, which is an eye condition that will have me go blind over time. It's hereditary. It runs through my family. Same with Joe and Dave, as everybody know. And I want to give out my tribute for John, such a great baseball player. So
Bam Bam and I played against your cousins, so for years.
Yeah. So and so after looking around, I stopped because I didn't know much about my cousins. Okay, my others that smoke us, we didn't really not get along. We just didn't associate. It wasn't until maybe about 2011 when I met with my cousin Samantha. Finding out that she
was Sammy?
His daughter. Yeah, little Sammy, right?
What up, Sammy?
Yep, that little girl.
That's his big cousin. That's his big cousin. Right.
I met her in high school. I found her in high school because I didn't really know about her. I know it's so sad when you don't really know much of your family members and stuff. My mom did, of course, my mom did, but I never asked. So as the weeks went on, I started playing goalball back in high school, and by 2015, I believe it might have been Joe. I think it was Joe. I don't count me here. I'm trying to remember, but I think it was Joe. He says like, you need to join Beep Baseball. And like, really, like, I was always interested in baseball, but why would they want someone like me? So like I'm a lot better at goal ball. Like, but he just kept on telling me, like, you need to join because you, Dave, and myself, because Dave and I, we're getting older. We're getting to near retirement.
Those boys are old.
Oh,
Look,
this is during the time when they're still playing. Okay, they were still playing.
We got older. They got older.
They got older. And they just kept on pushing me. Like I was scared. To be honest, I was scared. Like I never joined a regular team in my life. I never joined except for something like goal ball. That was the only sport I ever knew. And so when 2017 came, I joined my first batting cage. I met Kalari. I think this guy named William. Is his name? William Kiki?
We'll just say yes. Nobody will know you're wrong.
Okay,
nobody outside your team.
Yeah, I met them all, but their names weren't really there because I didn't really come to many practices. JT was still working with my batting because still to this day I always feel that I don't really feel that I'm doing the best at my offense of hitting. I really don't know why. I feel like I should be able to do a lot better because I'm right now. Richard Schultz and I, we're having a little competition on who's going to be able to score more. So,
let me ask you about that because I was wondering. In beep baseball, speed really pays for players offensively. So, do you like you were the offensive rookie of the year? So obviously you had a good offensive year. Is that more from your speed or how well developed is your bat?
Okay, so that's a really good question. I like that. So what happened as JT continued having me do some different, not exercise, but different type of styles because, okay, this is going to sound hysterically. I used to have my leg all the way out when I swing and stuff. I'm not putting much momentum. So as he continued,
he never saw how to swing a bat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
And so when I finally got the hang of it and stuff, I had this arc. It's that arc that that makes a pop up. So I'm more of when I hit and stuff, it's more gonna be a high flying. Yeah, and so it's between both. The high flying that gives me the opportunity, and with my speed, it's that's a great
combination. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good combination. I really like that.
So,
Bam Bam.
He has this great. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Bam Bam, in his most natural swing, has a really nice uppercut. So that benefits anybody could get the ball up in the air. That especially in beep baseball, that's helpful. But when you could add speed to it, that's a double.
It does get frustrating when you're going against the other team. Like let's say I think Edge. Yeah, the Edge has some pretty good bangers out there.
Not just pretty good; they got everybody now.
Yeah,
we try to keep this PG-13.
I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say. I was not.
You can't talk about their bangers.
Right.
Nine. But no. So another thing that I feel I'm really good at, which even surprised, I think it was Thunder. Yeah, it was during Thunder. It was it the Bolingbrook or was it what was the other one? It's in Champaign. I think
the
Champaign
truth is once we let him loose. So like I said, he started with us, but then he will be in indoor batting practice. Our indoor season started in February, so he was at every indoor practice. But then when we got to outdoor, I think he only made it to one outdoor, and then we didn't see him for a while.
Yeah, I did not.
And I told him,
I only made like one or two appearances.
Right. Once we got him back this year, I said, man, you about to be the secret weapon. I don't even want nobody to know about you. Because you
that's how it started too. I loved it. I love how I was a secret weapon. I didn't make anything. I didn't make a peep because I knew I was gonna surprise when I made it to the Indy
Right.
tournament.
I was like, because Neil and Seth, he's so fast. It's like, dang, you look up, he at the base, and he's so fast. Sometimes he might miss the base. So we got to tell him, like, you got to, airplane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. But all he needs pretty much, and I'm not like exaggerating. We already knew if we hear the first under me, he's safe. Okay. We just need that first under me. Right, like, over me, be in there. Right, like.
The one thing I really want that I'm hoping and praying for, JT, because I don't mind the first base and stuff. I'm really flexible. Just don't have me at the. Okay, so this is a little history, a very short one. So third base, when I was at the third base and stuff, shorts, I did not do so well because my left there.
On defense, I'm on defense. So.
I'm really good on the first base side or the middle. I love the middle, especially the short. What is it? They call it short.
Shortstop.
Different. Yeah,
I like it like that because I can run back and forth, left and right, really quickly and stuff, and it won't take me long just to get that ball if it's rolling. But the one thing that does get me is when I'm at the third base is because when I was younger, Dustin was a bad boy, and he got pissed off because a kid took my WWE championship belts, those fake ones, and they started throwing rocks at me, and so I placed them in a chokehold. And then once the kids told on my mom, they slapped me in my left ear. They slapped me in my left ear, and I'm like, that's why I can't.
So you got slapped. So you say you got slapped in your left ear and your you don't hear as well as out your left ear.
Yeah. I could still hear pretty decent, but not that perfect that people who have the visual impairment have. So I love middle.
I would like to make a request that whenever you speak in third person, that you always use the name White Lightning instead of Dustin.
I know.
White Lightning was a bad boy. Or whatever.
I don't even, it just comes out naturally. I don't even recognize I'm actually saying my name until somebody points it up, because it's just like it comes out really like a flow. It's just I got so used to it. I'm having a friend customize me a shirt that has White Lightning on it with a lightning bolts all over it and stuff. It's gonna look really awesome.
Oh, you need to check out the Dot Shop and have them make one in Braille.
Oh yeah, that too. Imagine if I could customize it, because Richard gave me one of his bats. It's called Slayer, and it's ever since I got it swung on with one of these trainings and stuff. Like I hit that ball so far, I don't even know. You should have considered it as a home run. Like that bat was my baby.
No, you ain't close to home run yet, Dustin.
So circling back,
it doesn't matter.
It went pretty far. I don't know how far it was.
I see why Kalari wanted to talk at the beginning. You got
once it start going and stuff, I can keep on going.
Circling back, so the thing with your ear, I'm guessing that has a negative effect on you playing defense at times.
Yes. So pretty much with his with his his little. Okay, as y'all know, third base is a hot spot, right? So
yeah, definitely.
I don't know why having left ear problems is a problem at third base. So.
No, listen.
Because most the action's to your left.
Right,
because
exactly.
When the ball is coming like towards 6 or 6 or 6, 5 or 4, and so when my left, because sometimes I'm at 3, sometimes at 2, and so when I'm trying to get the ball, so it sounds echoey, and it just it gets me confused. And then rather than if I'm at first base, I could just like charge toward that ball like nothing's, because that's why I like middle, because middle I can just do both and it won't get me as confused. But what this
the good thing about Dustin is that Dustin is amped to play every position, and once we finally got him settled, we spotted, with everything going on, like, okay. And always first base is always a good spot to start, right? Like you're getting used to, the hot spot is third base, right? So it's like we we saw him as first, and right now he owns that first base defensive position. You know? He made a lot of plays at the position, and I was very surprised and proud. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially that one ball. It was remember that what is that loud beep 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 beep? What is that ball called?
Beep
No, that's
baseball?
Fonzie.
No.
Beep ball, yeah.
No. I forgot what it's called. But it was dying. It was dying. It was one of the newer balls.
The Fonzie
the
ball.
The Fonzie ball.
Right.
The Fonzie
Hey,
ball.
that
The
Fonzie
ball was
boy.
dying. It was downpouring. Okay. It was during one of the tournaments. It was downpouring. Okay. And this ball was practically dying, and somehow when the guy hit it and so comes toward me, I barely caught it and I was able to get it. Like, you're out. Like, holy moly, I don't know what did I do that. It's just a miracle because it's raining hard outside.
So,
anyway, with Dustin.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to ask you this because you mentioned that you'd gotten into the game a little bit back in 2017 and then got away from it, and then you came back, were hitting practices, and then you missed some practices. So after going through a World Series, like where are you now with you? Are you more committed to it? Do you think you're gonna stick with it now? Where are you at with
Okay,
baseball?
so where I'm at ever since 17 was just like that taste, that taste that okay, and people are just appreciating, and it's when I came back in 21 after getting do some battles, I have posted
kids and stuff, right?
And all that other fun stuff that I posted all on the page. I'm more committed now since I feel a lot more alive and more flexible. I know it sounds really weird. Maybe there's gonna be some weeks that I'm not able to make it to practice because I need to spend more time with my boys because they're always
no, you're not, because you just don't bring those boys to practice. I told them we just bring them like everyone else. We all bring our kids to practice. The playground right there.
Since they're
They
just
can start
my kids
them
are
off
older.
shagging, man. They can
Hey. Look, because my kids is older, they will watch his little kids. Because, I got to bring my daughter too, and, right.
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you have somebody that's able to watch, because I know that my mom she's in a wheelchair. She's not able to keep up with these little rugrats. So that's why I tell him he needs to come. He needs to bring them to practice. We have a playground at the park, and I also got 2 14-year-olds. Okay.
2.
that will watch kids. So yes, we need. I want to answer for him. I think Dustin. I think the beat ball bug has bitten you now, so he's infected. And I think it's like Neil and Steph. When that beat ball bug bites you, it's like it infects you. So I think now
and for a lot of people, it's really once they get to that first World Series.
I think I think what also woke me up is after because now I'm also joining this new team called the Chicago Fury that I helped come up with for goal ball and stuff. That also helps me get a better understanding where the ball is coming, because I remember back then that it used to be a very blurry with my ears and stuff. Like, don't you despise when things starts sounding very shaky when it's coming right towards you and stuff. I started working really hard on paying attention a little bit more, because I have ADHD. So I think that's why I talk so much and I get distracted very easily, because I have ADHD. I will admit. But now since I joined that and now doing beep baseball, it's just like, it feels like I get to release that inner beast that's been holding inside for me for now. And it feels great.
I have a suggestion for you. It sounds like you might already have walk-up music, but I'm not a huge country fan overall, country music fan, but there's a band called the Cadillac 3 that has a song called White Lightning. So you should check that out. You should check
I'll give it a check out. I came up with this one song. It's called "The Call of the Mountains" by Elvady. It's a folk metal type of feel, but it has that nature sound to it. Like it has the hurdy-gurdy, the flute, and then just the intense drums and guitar and stuff. It sounds incredible. Like it's just like that type of song that will get you in the groove, and that's like I'm going to take you on one way or another, even if I have to die trying.
So Dustin, why don't you tell Neil and Seth, because I don't even know this, how'd you come up with White Lightning? Because listen, my job on the team is to get everybody nicknames, right? And I used to call him Bustin' Dustin. That's what I called him, right? Bustin' Dustin. And
they used to call you Kiki before they started calling you Black Turtle.
But before that was my name for him. But now he came up with White Lightning. How did you come up with White Lightning?
Okay, so that's a fun story. So originally I was going to come up with King Youngsta, but I remember this broadcast lady when I played.
Originally you were going to come up with what?
King Youngsta, because I was going to go with the full gimmick.
Oh, King Youngsta. I got you.
Youngsta.
Yeah, so
Youngsta.
like,
because Young Grin last name, right?
Yeah, and but then what happened is that so what happened is that there's this lady. She used to be my tutor for college, and I'm one of my hobby is writing, and I'm becoming an author in the creative arts field. And so my nickname we both came up with. I don't know how in the world we did it, but I said, how about White Lightning? And then she placed an underscore, White Lightning underscore, and like that sounds pretty cool. Like the flash of lightning before the thunder, the strike of that momentum of feel like out of control. It just feels alive. When I came up with it, and like screw King Youngsta, because a king don't run, a king commands. And that's not what I am. I am the Flash. I am the strike. I mean, the bolt of the Flash that strikes down. And once that came through and stuff, like it was another motivation from this one character named Raiden. Raiden means lightning, and Rai means thunder. I mean lightning, and then Den, Den is the bolt. And so I like the lightning. And I wanted to come up with something unique. So White Lightning, just like, there we go. So that's where White Lightning comes from. Like the
that's the birth of White Lightning.
Well, it is unique.
And I feel personally, because like I said, I give the nicknames to everybody. All the young kids, the sons of my team, I give them a nickname.
Like Rocket.
He didn't like, right, Rocket. Like Rocket. I was a teammate. I called him Rocket, right, because he's so fast. Alex Gamino. And I said, all right, you're going to be, and maybe it was a bad nickname. I said, Bustin' Dustin, right? It's coming along, but he just, the next thing I know on Facebook and people on Nation's like, I'm White Lightning. I was like, dang, what did you? So he
Buddy came up to me and said,
right, exactly. He feels the mama. I'm mama on the team. He offended mama.
It was funny because here comes Ben, like, you can't just call yourself White Lightning. We got to give you a nickname. If you're going to call yourself White Lightning, you're going to have to earn that name. Like, you want to challenge me? I will make a bet, and I will earn this White Lightning name, and I'll show you who you're messing with. Once you get me in a competitive mood and stuff, I'm going to show you what it is, because when I say something, I'm going to do it, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just how I am.
And look at
For
that.
what it's worth.
And then,
Go ahead. No, you go.
No, you go. I was like, and look at him. Like, he White Lightning, and he shut me up. So that's all I got to say.
I'll just go say, for what it's worth, you'll always be White Lightning on our show.
I'm really appreciative. I want to say thank you.
So you're a creative writer, right? You had put stuff out on Beatball Nation. I remember I commented. I kind of commented on one of your opening introduction or whatever, trying to give you some pointers or whatever, what I editing ideas and stuff like that. But you never put out any more of your story. You had I was
going to I was going to, because like I said, I have ADHD, and so I'm writing so many different stories all at once.
Yeah, you
so
know,
I'm
it's
really
funny.
interested.
You know what? As I get to know you and hear you talk, the paragraph, like kind of my critiques of the paragraph, make more sense. You know, I see it like, oh, I see you kind of jump all over the place. I get that. So
Yeah,
get
I
that.
do jump around a lot, but at the end, and so because I have so much things that was running through my mind and stuff. Once everything is a circle. It comes right back to the start, making like putting everything back together like a puzzle piece. I don't know why. It just comes
So have
like
you
that.
continued to write your beat ball story, or what? I mean,
I didn't know that people were really interested. So the story was based. I'm trying to base it like it is a beat baseball story, but it also deals with this coach that's trying to organize a team that is that's not cooperative. You know, the team is horrible. They're always dead last, and this new coach who's taken over because the old one is retiring, he's going to try to make a better team. And by the end of the story, it's into the feel of it is understanding the team, understanding each teammate, their strengths, their weaknesses. It's supposed to be a motivating booster. And that's what I was planning to do when I wrote it. And so I'm so close to finishing up my first novel called The Dark Shadows that I've been putting so much effort into that story that I'm nearly forgetting all the other ones that I'm currently starting out and stuff.
But so is the answer to his question yes, maybe? Maybe
I'm gonna still write. I'm gonna write it.
All right.
If people are interested in it, I'm gonna write it. Like I didn't think that people were actually really interested. I'm coming up with some nicknames because I'm not going with the teams that you see in regular Beat Baseball niche because that'd be copyright. So I'm changing up some names. I'm changing it up, and that sounds similar, like Chicago Comets, the Chicago. What did I call it?
Vomit.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I think the Chicago asteroid.
Whatever you do, I think it's gonna be amazing because I didn't see, I've seen some of his sample work, and I'm an aspiring writer too. I don't know if Seth and Neil, y'all knew that, but unfortunately, unlike Dustin, I'm not as motivated, but I've been trying to write a book for a few years.
Took you 2 days to write me a text. You don't have to tell me you ain't motivated to write.
but no, there's one thing I really want to do, and when I really want to do the Star Spangled Banner for the World Series, have that chance to sing, because I won a couple talent shows at my college for singing Hero from Enrique Iglesias and Untitled How Can This Happen to Me from Simple Plan. And I just really want to sing the Star Spangled Banners.
Well, I'll say you're probably in a good position to do it, because after being around this game for over 30 years, it usually seems that the person singing that at our World Series just knew the right person, and you're related to the Smokers. So you're
and knew the words, right?
I'm guessing it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know the words. I performed this for this sports spectacular, which was at my high school. I performed about around 600 something people. I was in the dead middle, and so like when you think of that can be very like, but like luckily I have this charisma that just like gets me through. Like I don't think of it, I just do it. And then until it's done, like, okay, now I'm scared. Like, what? Like, how did I do? Did I do all right? Oh no, people are gonna think I suck. Because like I did, like, oh, say, can you see? See?
Well, you know what? I think we should probably. I probably should reach out to Booker so you can sing the National Series.
Yeah, I guess our man Book will probably be in charge of that now. So
right, exactly.
Yeah.
White Lightning, man. Will it be all right if we take a few moments and feature Kalari here for a while and
Yeah.
heard success for last summer?
Yeah,
I
give
don't
her
want
the
to cut
praise.
you short.
She
I want to make sure we give you, your opportunity. No, I'm kidding.
I would
Yeah.
just say this.
Don't worry.
Dustin is a pleasure to be teammates with, and for me to, like I said, all the young people on the team. I'm the mama. I don't know how that happened, Neil. I didn't get old.
Because you got old, woman.
Right. But he got that. He got that. That you need in beat ball. Like, you just know when you see him, he's gonna be great. If he keep with the coaching and he's dedicated to practicing, he's gonna be like a force. And before we jump into me, he's already kind of like started a little rivalry with the Archers with us.
and the Jets and the Archers.
Don't get Chad Dillon started. You don't want Chad Dillon on your back.
I'm gonna get Chad. Chad and I and stuff. Like, once we get on the mic and stuff, we're gonna blow this roof up. We're gonna blow this place. Blow it up.
You guys both have to finish in the top 5 for it to be a true rivalry.
So I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go out here because I know all the beat ball heads to this show. Dustin then started it, but we're gonna finish it. The Comets are gonna come on top above the Archers. That's for you too, Demo.
Clary just laid it down.
Chicago.
Comets. So look, we didn't like Dustin started this, and we gonna finish it. That's all I got to say.
Now, my opinion for Kalari. So this is a pretty quick, funny story. So it's more after one of the days off, not days off. We just came back from a game. I forgot if we won or lost. I don't remember. But it was during that game for the Divas versus what is it? The Divas versus
the Divas are the Southwest Bombshells.
Yeah. And
the Bombshells. Yeah.
So when I was watching, because they were supposed to have pizza, I thought the pizza was coming at the hotel and stuff. And I'm like, I started noticing, like, the game has just started. I'm like, okay. Like, I hear Benny is like, Kalari got the first out. She got the second one, third one, fourth, fifth, sixth. Like, because Bobby, she's not getting old. She's in her prime years. Like, look at her.
Oh, thank you, son. He just saved him some extra, like, not running those extra bases.
Yeah.
All right, JT, you hear that? You can't run no extra bases, JT.
And the thing is that when Benny says, what's going on with the pizza? I'm like, pizza? I want some pizza. I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's when he realized he should have came to the field for the pizza, but he
I just took a shot.
But it's okay. It's a rookie mistake. It was his first year.
So you sat in your room and thought somebody's gonna bring the pizza to you?
No, I thought they were gonna like a sign saying like or something that says like hey, pizza at the field. And so I didn't really understand. My little naive self did not really understand, like, the pizza was going to be at the field. I took a shower. I got myself refreshed.
Hey, rookie mistake. So now you know. Okay, you should have been your butt at the Wolves game anyway. Right.
Oh, my God. Kalari was going to murder me because I barely made it to the game because I was stuck in the wash because I had extra flaming hot Cheetos and stuff. Because that's what I had for dinner. I'm like, this is the worst dinner I ever had.
So, yes, it was a rookie mistake. We ain't going to let that happen again. Next year, this upcoming year, you're going to be at that Wolves game. So we good. Right? If you want to eat, you'll be there. Support the teammate. Yep. So
support the Comets.
Or support free food, apparently.
Hell yeah. I would be supporting that one all the way to 100%.
So, Kalari, let's talk about the game because I mean we're fans of the women of our league here. We're
hashtag go women,
promoting the fundraiser you guys did last summer and all that. Yeah. But I thoroughly enjoyed listening to the game. I was disappointed from the standpoint that something was wrong with the Wi-Fi or whatever, so the stream kept dropping off. And that was going on with everybody. It had something to do with the heat or whatever.
Yeah, it was the heat.
Yeah,
the heat, extremely hot.
But that was an entertaining game. I mean, it was really exciting that both teams now seem to have good pitchers. Talk about all the action that went on in that game this
my
year.
God. So let me jump into that. So, Neil, myself, y'all know I've been with the Wolves since its inception. And every year, the Southwest Bombshells beat the Northeast Dynamic Divas. Now, I will say this, and this is not to do no excuses, but look, the Southwest team, I love you, Faith, Keisha, I love y'all. But anyway, the Southwest team, a lot of them get to practice together at least, once or twice before the World Series, right? Yeah. With the Dynamic Divas, we never get to practice. Even if I try, one time I tried to set up a practice in Indianapolis, see if everybody can come there. And it was just funding or people couldn't get, so pretty much the only practice we get, when we get to the World Series, we do batting practice and we do defensive practice. And this particular game, this year, I had been playing all day with the Comets, and I was very upset, Neil, because we lost, man. We lost to Atlanta, and then we had to play some other games. I was very, 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 very disappointed. But I had to pull the energy together, get the energy high to do the Wool game. And this year, what the Dynamic Divas had, so in previous years, we had Evie Perry, who is Chaz Perry's daughter. And, she'll pitch for us, and it's been great. But this year, we had the St. Louis Archers duo, which is Ashley and Maria. Mary. Kim Blumenthal's daughter. Right, like Mari.
Mari, that's it.
So,
Mari.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, exactly. See, and pretty much for the Archers, they pitch and catch. So when one person is catching, the other one is pitching. The other one, they work really good together. So I was like, okay, this is good. It's gonna be a good chemistry because they already got it going on. So that particular day, like I said, we had lost to Atlanta. Then we had to play 2 more games, and the games went over. I had to run. I had to have JT run me back to the hotel so I can grab my jersey so I can come back to the field. Okay. And while I'm doing this, I just created a WhatsApp group for the Divas, and I say, hey, y'all start practice, I will be there. I had to go back to the hotel, get my jersey, come back.
You took the Bam Bam road. Let everybody else go get warmed up. I'll be there when I get there. Bam Bam did.
Hey, Bam Bam would have packed his jersey.
When you have Bam Bam like that,
yeah,
don't go wrong.
That's true.
And that's the bottom line.
So pretty much, I ran back to the hotel. I'm still monitoring practice from WhatsApp. I'm like, hey, everybody doing practice. Rebecca Lewis, who's the captain, she was there. She was running it. So pretty much I got back to the field. It was my time to do batting practice because all the girls had went through batting practice. So Ashley and Mari grabbed me like, come on, we about to do batting practice. I said, okay, did y'all do everybody? Like, yeah. So I literally just lined up at the plate and I was like, let me see your practice swing. So I did it. And I said, but I'm going to give you a warning. My coach, who's been with me forever, he always say my practice swing is not my real swing. I don't know how, I feel like I'm swinging the same, but he always say it's not the game time swing. So,
you and half the other beat baseball players probably. I mean, that you're not the first person to hear that.
Right, exactly. So the thing is, Ashley and Mari had a great combination, chemistry, because they already been working together for the Archers. Right. So they just knew. So I came up to the plate and I said, so I swinged. I said, was I high or low? They're like, don't ask questions. We got you. And the next pitch, boom, I hit. The third pitch, I hit, boom. I'm like, okay. So I ended up, after that, I had to turn in our lineup. And literally on the days of the Wool game, it's pretty much, it's just running around to make sure the lineups is turning. That's a lot of, Neil said, there's a lot of visual stuff that go on, right? With these score sheets and right, it's a lot of, a lot of stuff, right? So I'm making sure everybody's numbers is right. I'm making, and then I just turned the lineup in, and I think this particular time I had me lead off, and then Kim Blumenthal be second. So I came up there, and I wasn't sure was I going to score. I'm just going to swing. I hit the ball, boom, connected. I ran like hell, scored, bam. Kim Blumenthal came up. She hit the ball, but couldn't get a put out. But then I had Dakota Hoggood, okay, who was the female.
Cody.
Yeah, she's good.
Right.
What's up, Cody?
Right. Yeah, Cody. So she came up and scored, and we just had a good chemistry going with our pitcher-catcher duo. So it was just great. In that game, I think I went either 2 for 3 or 3 for 4. I'm not sure.
You scored two. You scored 2 of the 3 runs for the Divas.
Yeah. So I went 2 for 3. Right, exactly. So it was a great chemistry between Ashley and Mari, and I'm so happy they are part of our team.
Yeah, we had Ashley and some of her teammates on the show a couple months ago, and Ashley told us on the show that they went into the tournament wanting that game. Like she and Mari were determined because the Divas had never beat the Bombshells before.
The Southwest, right? Exactly. No, we never beat the Bombshells. Never.
The question is, how long has this wool game been going on between the Bombshells?
2017, I believe, or 2016 was the first time. Was the first game? Yeah.
Oh wow!
So it's fairly new.
Every year, the Bombshells beat us. The Bombshells beat us, and I love Faith and Keisha. Those are my sisters, But they beat us, And I'm very competitive. I hate to lose. I hate it. So pretty much the gap.
I hate losing.
You figure you'd be used to it by now.
Here it comes.
I was like,
2003 was a long time ago.
We're going to jump into that too, Neil. Your favorite memory, Neil. We're going to jump into
that. 19-year-old Kalari.
Kalari, the show's almost over, so no time for going back to 2013.
Okay. Well, let's
that was our only mission.
2003 win, and I scored on a big Neil dog up front. Like, so
you act like you're the only one ever scored on me.
Yeah, right.
Big for me at that time. Okay, like whoa, But no, I'm loving the our new look. Mari and Ashley got it going on, and I feel like it was just great chemistry. It was great everything all together. Yeah, and I just told myself, look, the Divas is going to win, and we're not going to lose no matter what. That was my mind, because I'm already mad because the Comets lost to the Chaos. I love you. I love you, Cody. I love y'all. I love you. I love you. I love all Atlanta. I really do. Too cool. I love y'all.
Them that
but
day.
We lost.
Yeah.
And I needed. I was like, we need to win. So. That, like with the hitting,
Kalari's on fire.
Good offense on both sides of the ball, and then the defense. I was. When I watched the game, I think I was a little bit maybe overzealous. I just wanted us to win, but I was there for my teammate. Kim Blumenthal is a star. You hear me? She is a star. And I love her. I respect her. I love everybody on the Divas, and I was just so happy we was able to bring it home finally.
Yeah, two things that I've always pointed out as an advantage for the Southwest Bombshells, and you touched on one of them, and that's that there's so many of those players from the state of Texas, like they have much more opportunity to practice than the Northeast Dynamic Divas do. But the other thing is they've had Molly Fleming all this time. You know what I mean? She's a good pitcher, and she's been able to work with all of them during this time, while you guys kind of had a revolving door at the pitching spot. So I love the fact that you guys have a pitching duel in place now
Yeah.
that you're going to be able to
it's a
count
fierce-
on every summer.
Yes,
That's what
it's
I
a
call
fierce pitching duel.
playback.
But you know what else? And we talked about Darnell Booker earlier. You know something else that I think you guys should talk to him about is moving the game back to Saturday. You
Yes.
having to play, Thursday night or whatever after playing 3 games is nonsense. I mean, it's bad enough that you guys have to play like on Saturday after playing all week, but there's no reason to ask that game to be a 4th game in a day, in my opinion.
Exactly. And honestly, I'm gonna really talk to Book about trying to, because it's like it just makes for better. It's better competition. It's better everything. Because on Saturday you just watching the championship game anyway. So hey, we all beat ball heads. We want to come and watch some beat ball. So they will come out and see the World Game as the opening act to the championship game. We know that, and we will love this, so I'm going to, trying to talk to Book and see if we can get that going, because
Book
it was just the best for, it was the best for all players. It was the best, because like I said, that day, that was like my third,
Maybe you need to talk to Yoko to get some Book.
Oh,
she doesn't even get that reference.
No, I do. Wait a minute, I don't want to say too much because
that's fine.
He's trying to be good.
Earlier when Dustin kept saying Benny said Benny this, Benny that, it didn't even hit me.
I know what you're talking about.
I was talking about Yoko.
Yes, and I will say this, and this is just a side note, and I'm gonna go out and say this. DB, I love him, and I know he's controversial, but I've been knowing him since I was a kid. We got the relationship that go back to like. Man, my first time going to a Lions.
Now, was he an adult when this relationship started?
No, we was kids. So that's why I love Benny. And Benny, if you listen, I love you, baby. You know that. TV, I love you. It's just he's like he's a little controversial, but I love him. I love DB.
I should just call him DB Dragon Ball.
That's so funny you say Yoko, because I know where that joke came. I heard it. And I want to know, how did y'all hear it? That's funny. We're going to talk off the air, right?
Oh, you know what? Apparently we're talking about different jokes, because the one we're talking about came from us on this show. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm talking about something else.
Oh, all right. Well, we've got to wrap up the show so we can have a little after talk.
But no,
we got to wrap it up anyway.
Yes. Like, it's been a pleasure being on here. And I'll say, look, I love the Bombshell. I love Faith and Keisha. They are my sisters. But I think with this new pitcher dual combo we got with Mari and Ashley, I think we got it set, man. We about to roll, baby.
Nice.
Like go Divas, Look, I cheer it, tick, tick, boom. I ain't gonna go through a whole cheer, but that's what we do, and I think that's just that. Now, I know some people, I heard some complaints after you know how people talk, Neil and Seth.
Nah,
it's like,
I'm even gonna bring it up. If people want to complain, let them complain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, hey, people gonna complain, but
blind people complain.
We're all saints here.
I'm a team player. I'm always a team player, and I always want my team to win. And I know I maybe got, I don't know, people saying I was all over the field. Some plays I shouldn't.
Oh, you're
hold on. What does that mean? You keep beating around the bush. So, like, were you knocking people out of the way to
Kelly
try to
Lake?
No, I was not. I was not knocking people down.
Exactly. Is that what you do? You were stealing other people's acorns?
I was kind of just being there as extra support on the field, and I was just helping them pick up the ball.
Right. She lost. Look at she lost. We lost, and then she needed to blow some smoke out. So that's how she was going to do it. She showed it how it was supposed to be done. She got the job done.
No, don't even get like that. But I'm just saying, I know I was
I'm just playing
because I heard as Neil said, y'all know how everyone talk, but I heard, but I just really wanted to help my team win, and you know what the best feeling was letting my team. We won, like a lot of. Let me tell you what wool represents. This is women in this male-dominated league, okay? But you don't get a lot of playing time. But in this wool game, every woman get to play, no matter what, no matter your skill, whatever. You're in there, and it gives you that whole feeling that you're a part of the team, you're part of Beep Ball.
And with
with
Kalari taking away all the putouts, I'm sure they really feel like
I mean,
that's how
this show supports everything you just said, and Seth and I are behind everything you do, but let the other women play.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not the only woman on the team.
Anyway.
You can't talk all that stuff. Oh, everybody has different skill levels. We're all out there playing. Yet you're going from 1 to 6 to 5 to 6 to 4 and all that stuff.
Here she goes, she's Superwoman. Here she goes.
And then here we are celebrating her effort.
Yeah.
Here we are putting her on a pedestal.
I would say this. Y'all can say wool, but my heart is for wool. My heart is for every woman playing. Because I remember in the time when I started 20 years ago, Lord,
Holy
20 years ago, it wasn't a lot of female players. And, so all the female players I met, I would try to encourage them, like, stay in it, because, honestly, I felt lonely. Like, dang, and I can understand how it happens, And that's honestly, this is a little shameless plug, but by being on the board, I want to do more for the league. Like, for instance, get a daycare started. A daycare. We need a daycare at the World Series. Y'all have doggy daycare. Why can't I have regular daycare where people like me and Keisha, we can drop our kids off and we can go compete? Because I'm going to tell you something. I try, being a player for this long, it's hard. Even at practice, I used to have to bring my oldest daughter to practice when she was a baby. And look, I'll bring my little cousin. He was like 10 years old over. I would bring them both to practice so he could take care of her. And in between stretches, as soon as I hear her crying, I got to go run, and make sure she's good. And, and that's that. And even with the game, it's like, how can you fully throw yourself into the game?
You're different than me because I hear them cry and I'm like, they're good.
They're good. They're probably fighting for a leg.
I only got to worry when I can't hear you.
The typical, right. That is the typical man response because I remember in practice, my baby be crying. It just tear my heart out. And Gio be like, oh, the baby good. Everybody, all the other guys, oh, baby good.
The thing is, when I start hearing them crying, like, what's wrong with them? Is he okay?
Right,
like, oh, don't worry. Like,
it's like I really like to push for a daycare because you know what? Women, we are some badass players. We just need the support, Neil. Man, take care of our kids. If y'all can take care of dogs, can't y'all watch kids for a few hours? While we on the field. That's all.
Hey, we don't need a damn daycare. I bring my kids, right? My kids have been coming out to beat ball since.
Exactly.
They sit out there with the rest of the fire ants
right.
in the sun, and they entertain themselves for 12 hours. Shit.
Hey,
that's
look,
what they do.
And I understand that. I understand that.
And they come up as beat ball kids, and next thing you know,
right? Exactly. They're beat ball kids.
So,
but it's still hard. And look, Neil and Seth, y'all are legends in the game. So, like,
we're gonna have to make a copy of that. You're about the only one that'll ever say that.
Right? No, I love y'all. I respect y'all. I'm telling you, man, Dustin, when the West Coast Dogs took the field, okay. And the way they spelled the name was DAWG. Like, they had a swag, like, about them. You knew when the Dogs taking the field, you about to fight. You know what I'm saying? They had a swag about them. They didn't care. And they was going to come run through you. And Dustin, if you listening, what's so amazing about them? The West Coast Dogs, they never practiced during the year.
That's
Excuse you. What is this?
Right.
No, I
They came at the World Series together and whooped ass like nothing.
No.
Oh, look at him. Look at him.
Okay.
He's defensive. Look at him.
No.
Well,
Dude, that's
that's what
calling
the
you
reputation y'all had.
out.
Y'all only showed up at the World Series and y'all beat us down. Like every team you're
That's the only part you got right.
Yeah, that's
the only part you got right.
Wait a second. That makes me have to start a rivalry with you guys, too. If Chad Dillon
Well, wait.
this,
Hold on.
Hold on.
Listen,
we practice our
Dustin.
ass off.
We're spinning
Nothing
way
as a
out of
team,
control.
though.
You need to reel it in, Clark.
Okay, wait. As a team, how often did y'all practice before the World Series?
Hold on. I'll answer the question. So we started in 94, 93. We practiced all the time. We were practicing like
Okay, no. Y'all can't look. No, it was always so.
Kalari,
Y'all came through at the World Series and y'all beat everyone.
You're kind of it's a misnomer. Even when we went to an all-star sort of team in 2004, practice was still, I mean, everybody got together and at least practiced twice or 2-3 times a year. So practice for the West.
There you go, Dustin. You hear that?
But Kalari, he's just saying like as far as the entire group, but like me, Eric, Seth, Mike, Finn, we practiced every weekend together. Every weekend together. And we did it all year round.
Y'all only showed up at the World Series and y'all collected names and kicked ass. That's what y'all
did.
did.
That's the only part you get right.
Oh, don't worry, guys. Wait, are the dogs still playing?
No, they've been dead for a long time.
Yeah.
So
they
no reason we shouldn't be talking about it. But so Kalari,
it's always great to bring them back. We need some more teams.
We got to wrap this up. We've gone on far enough.
Okay.
But I want to end on this note, Kalari. I was checking out the Beep Baseball Hall of Fame, and there are more than 2 women in the Beep Baseball Hall of Fame, but only 2 are players. The first was Karen Wendell, who was inducted like 10 years ago. One of the really great defensive player. Played for the Indy Eagles, won a championship with them in 1990. And then most recently, this last summer in 2021, Deb Brummer. What's up, Deb?
Yeah,
Deb. Spent a lot of her time at the Topeka Gophers and later with Wichita. It's my prediction, Kalari, that your name will be the next name that goes.
Oh God, you know what, Neil?
So
I don't mean to put any pressure, and I feel like like your longevity with the game, whatever. Just you've been part of a championship. You've been part of building wool. You've really stood in there for the women of our league, because you're right in everything you say. It's a male-dominated league, and you've represented the women of our league even before there was a wool. You've always represented the women of our league very well, and like I said, it's my prediction that your name will be the next on that list.
She's created
you know what,
a legacy.
Neil and Seth, if y'all, I will, ultimately, because b-ball is my life. Like literally, like it saved me. After losing my vision at 6, I was like 6 years old. I was like an angry kid, because before I lost my sight, I was very competitive. I was always competitive, and my parents were softball players. Okay. So baseball was in my blood, and when I lost my vision at 6, I became an angry person. I would beat up my little cousins. I was bad, but then I was bad. I was, you heard of Baby Kids? That was probably me. Right, like they still probably know about Baby Kids. Right, like. But at the age of 9, I got introduced to the sport, and it just changed my life. And I owe so much to this sport. Like this sport, b-ball has, gave me confidence that I can apply in every aspect of my life, as being a mother, as being a wife, as being an employee, just working, just in the real world, b-ball has saved me, and I would ultimately love to make it into the Hall of Fame, but I do know it takes a lot of work, and I'm willing to do that work. But my love is there, my passion is there, and if it wasn't for beep ball, I would be lost. Really, I would. But beep ball saved my life, and man, to make it in the Hall of Fame, to be amongst, Kerry Wendell and Devin, all of them, it would be amazing. In fact, Neil and Seth, do y'all know who was the first woman to score in the World Series? Do y'all know?
No idea. Do you
I
know?
don't know.
But
I don't know.
the way you asked sound like a test.
I need to do research. I need to hit up Kevin Simpson. No, I need to hit up Kevin Simpson. He know everything. But I just think, that's something memorable because it's so hard. Like, this is like, Dustin and, Seth, Neil. When I started, it was literally it was only a few females. And, and it's to tap and to hang in there, to keep people with the boys. On the Comets back in the day, they referred to me as just one of the guys. They didn't care. I mean, I had to do all the. No, I'm saying back in the day, before Ada.
Oh yeah.
Stuff. Yeah, but I had to do everything like them. Like Coach used to have these JT, and I love him. He has these crazy drills. That's what makes us like great. But one of the drills is, which to you and Seth might be easy. It's like you gotta roll. It's a weight. It's like a 20-pound weight that's on a stick. You gotta roll it up with your forearms because it's like making your forearms strong. Yeah. I struggled with that. The men, they were doing 2 seconds. I'm like, like breathing hard. But Coach was like, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. So, it was JT, Chad Perry. They the ones that made me they pushed me. And you're not going to stop. You're going to keep going. You're going to compete, and I always appreciate them and I love them for that, helping my game grow. So I would say that,
I'm glad that
it's
they
tough
pushed
being in the
you.
male-dominated league, but I would say I'm so happy now. There's so many more women out there playing in the league now. It's like an explosion, and I love it. And I think that has a lot to do with Wolf. So.
Yeah, definitely.
We coming for y'all, Neil and Steph.
You're not coming for us. We're on our couches. Don't worry about us.
Set your sights a little bit higher than us.
Yeah, don't worry about us. You got bigger fish to fry.
Before we wrap everything up, do you mind if I say one quick thing? I want to say, Chad Dillon, David Crystal Smith, Archers, and Jets, prepare for the Comets because we're coming.
Oh, God. Okay, so you heard that. So Jets.
Coming.
Archers, we coming for you. And look. Jets, we coming for you. We got you, Pat.
It's going to be a damn fight for 7th place.
Especially.
No, we breaking the top 5, baby. We going to the top 5. You know what's so exciting about this year, Seth and Neil and Dustin? This year, it's like, especially with the Thunder, kind of everything is kind of wide open.
Mm-hmm. Seems that way right now. We don't know. And by the way, we're going to have Jared Woodard on the show next week. Talk about what's going on with the Thunder.
The Thunder.
But we don't know the Thunder roster yet. So I mean,
yeah, we don't. You're right.
Any team that's got Jared on their team is still going to be pretty strong. So, but things do seem to be in flux right now. A little bit,
Yeah,
the possibilities are out there.
It's a very exciting time, and with things being in, Beaumont, Texas, and we all know Texas, they don't got no grass, so that ball's going to be an offensive.
It's going to be flying.
Yes.
Flying.
Well, that's where White Lightning's going to come in. Man, White Lightning's
going to shut them down with 5 seconds.
Dustin, man, I gotta close with a little bit of advice, man. Now, it's one thing to get Chad Dillon all riled up coming after you, but do not wake up D. Smith. That is not that is not an avenue you want to go down.
I don't have no issues at all. I might be putting too much. I might be have too much. What is that word they say? That phrase they say.
Liquid courage.
No issue. But first, we got to go through Chad Dillon. Once we beat them at our hometown, Springfield, Illinois, boys, we're gonna take it.
And I would say this. Dustin has all right to talk because, he talked all that stuff.
Because I was the one who scored on them.
And then he scored to win the game. Okay? So what can Archer say? Like, he backed his stuff up. And he was the winning scorer in Champaign, the defining score. So, yeah.
I like that. I don't think I've ever, all the games I played in, I don't think I ever scored the winning run in a close game.
And that was Dustin. That was White Lightning.
Yeah, nice job.
That ball, I didn't think that ball was gonna make it. It was so close to the shortstop and stuff. I was so scared. I'm running like hustle, hard.
All we heard, and like I told you, all we heard was under me was like, oh, he in there. Boom, safe.
Nice.
No, Neil, I don't know if I've ever scored a
winning
run either like that in the. I know I've tied several of them up when 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th, but I don't think I've ever won a game, man.
Look, Dustin, he is he was the winning run against the Archers in Champaign, the Champaign tournament.
Nice.
And it was great, because he backed up everything he had to say, and now we got a legit rivalry. So bring on the Archers.
When we say something, we're going to do it, and we're going to play it like we're supposed to. I got the mouth, and I can back up my speech too. So I'm not just walking the talk. I'm not just talking the talk. I'm talking and walking.
Well, we here at the Beep Ball Blues Show look forward to following all of it. All of it. And on that note, man, White Lightning, Kalari, thank you so much for joining us, man. This was
Thank you so much for having us.
Never knew where we were going at any time show.
When you got Kiki and I on the show, and so you're going to have something really interesting going to be building up. Oh, you can just smell it in the air. Is that right?
Now y'all got to taste some White Lightning.
We've had some interesting talkative guests before.
Yes.
We got to put White Lightning right up there.
And listen, I told Dustin before we got on this phone, I said, yo, we about to get on with these some legends. I had to break it down for him. I was like, this is Neil Dog and Seth Bam Bam. I had to break it up for him. Give him the background.
I love that both times she has said that, she makes it sound like other people feel that way. So, she sounds convincing when she calls us legends.
Neil. She's right. She's right, Neil Dog. We are right.
Bill, mind the science, guys.
Accept it, and I like the West Coast Dogs. Y'all defined swag before swag was popular. That's all I got to say. Y'all had
that is a note to end the show on right there.
Right.
I like that. Kalari, White Lightning, man. Thank you so much. We had fun with you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Right. So much. Thank you, guys.
Bill Dog, you gotta promise me when you put up the description of the show, you gotta say White Lightning and the Black Turtle joined us today.
All right. Well, now that I just got clearance to do it, it's done.
I do want to admit that I unfortunately got COVID. I was admitted with COVID 2 weeks ago. And luckily, I was able to fight it, and I'm going to be playing as hard as I can this season.
You're going to be good. And the Comets' first indoor practice starts February 6th. So we'll be indoors, and we start to get it going.
He got over COVID before he had exactly.
Practice. You know what? I make this little stupid joke. I say, hey, at least everyone, because I'm all about beep ball season. After beep ball season, hey, if you got to have a stroke, you got to have surgery is perfect,
You come back.
Right. Get that done before you come back. So he had COVID. And, you know, we get that out the way.
Oh.
He also had his appendix taken out. So he's going to be
yeah,
a brand
I
new
got my
white
appendix
light.
removed. And COVID.
Right.
Oh my God.
It's been a medical experiment.
Exactly.
wasn't such a-
But guess what? It was all during off season, and we're going to come back next year smash. And here we
Oh,
come.
good.
Here we come.
Well, good luck to you both, and good luck to all our friends at the Chicago Comets.
Chicago!
We look forward to following you guys
Oh,
throughout the season and having some of you back on the show later. Gotta get our boy Chris
I
on the
can't
show
wait to
again.
see you guys
Hey!
again.
Yes, we do.
All right. Thank
See you
you guys
guys.
so much. Thank you, Seth.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Frank
Thank you.
Porter.
Bam, bam.
Thank you,
Good night, everybody.
Kalario.